Hey, wrestling fans, unpopular review fans. The NXT review show is about to go up. There's so much to talk about. There was a tournament for the vacated NXT Women'S Championship. There was a bunch of matches. And you're getting the tour, the world tour of the Bad Dolls. Yes, it is still going on. Me and the Wrestling Doll, we're going to give our thoughts on NXT tonight, right after these intro. Hey, what's going on, unpopular review fans? It is I, Bad Guy Jack, aka the Grand Poobah, and I am joined with the fantastic Wrestling Doll. Wrestling Doll, why don't you tell the lovely people, how are you?
I am doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm here. NXT just went off the air. I thought there was some great stuff that happened on the air, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. And hear your thoughts about what did you feel about NXT. I do stuff the old school way. I write on a thing right here.
You write on your notebook, which is good. It's nice to keep some old-fashioned things alive still.
It is great.
Every now and then.
You know what it is at the end of the day. So I'm pretty good at texting, but after a while, when my thumb get tired, I send voice notes. So after a while, I have to send voice notes and stuff like that. But listen, we see everyone in the chat. We see George. He says, I'm sorry, let me make sure I click this. I want to make sure he said, "What is up, everybody?" George also says NXT was a pretty good show tonight. We got this. That's right. Let's get that hashtag going. Jetpack Empire. We're gonna get merch going. Floor, the executive Chris with We Want Bad Guy merch. We got also here. I thought that Trick held his own against Bron Breakker. We're gonna get into that because I thought Trick did a tremendous job. We also got right here Wrestling Doll looking like Gigi Doll. She likes it. See, at the end of the day, we actually had a plan. I was gonna come out as JC Jane.
I beat him to it.
Yeah, he did. She did, and I just couldn't wear that anymore because I had mascara on, and she said, "Take that off." We got the amazing Captain Shakespeare. She says the GG cosplay is eating, so you're doing a great job. We got Queen Sawyer. I miss you. Do you miss me? We got.
Time.
Do you know what's going to happen? Is I'm going to go into the Batcave. Warman is back. Jackpack Empire. What's going on, Warman? What's happening? We got George. Real quick before we start here. This man graduated today, and I want to give big salute to this man. This man, he graduated. He said, I saw your post on Twitter. He was in school for the last, I hope I'm getting this all right, so forgive me because I'm just doing this off air. 4 years, you continued the path, you finished the story. Congratulations to this amazing man, Jeffrey. I'm proud of you. I know my co-host is proud of you. And I know everyone in the chat is proud of you. So let's get that. We are proud of you, Jeffrey. Good job, Jeffrey, for finishing the story. I tried to finish the story once. I read the three pigs. I stopped reading it because the wolf eats the pigs at the end. But he finished it. So congratulations to Jeffrey. Salute. But let's talk NXT. What did you think about NXT, Wrestling Doll? I mean, you got the cosplay on. You are full ready for this. So what did you think about NXT?
I enjoyed tonight's NXT, definitely. I was sad that Gigi's left shoulder was unfortunately injured, so she couldn't make it as great of a match as she could have. But she definitely held her own on terms of dealing with Tiffany Stratton tonight. It wasn't the greatest match, but it was a good starter for the women's tournament for the vacated NXT Women's Championship belt since the last champion got drafted to Raw.
Yeah, I didn't think this match was anything spectacular, but I mean, it did what it had to do. I wasn't sure what direction that they were going to go with in this match. I didn't expect Gigi to win. Okay, let me go back. I didn't expect Gigi to win.
You didn't expect Tiffany to win?
No. I'm sorry. That's why I had to catch my thought. I didn't expect Gigi to win. I mean, I feel like they put her in this tournament to fill the bracket, but I thought she did what she had to do. She did the job. She put over Tiffany, and Tiffany looked strong in this match.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought, please.
I was gonna say if they wanted to fill the bracket, they could have put somebody that wasn't like injured the way that she was, but the coaches and Shawn Michaels, they all picked the 8 people that were in this, so they see something in Gigi completely.
I wanted to. So I didn't even realize she was injured. When did was it revealed earlier that she was injured?
With her shoulder being taped up.
Okay. So I wasn't paying attention. We got JL right here. He said he wants to say Bron Breakker stole the show. I'll leave it at that. Can I take a moment to talk about Bron real quick here, Wrestling Doll, and then we'll get back into this match. I kind of hold a personal grudge against Bron, if I can say that. And I hold this grudge because, so over the weekend, I streamed a little bit on Twitch, and I was playing 2K23. Can I show you the disaster that has happened to me? Am I allowed to? Okay, thank you. Let me show you, because I see this guy talking about great things about Bron, but let me show you. Bron is not so great, so let me show you this. Oh, no, that's not it. That is the wrong thing. Let me show you what Bron did to me, because it was very rude, and I just want to show this.
It's so rude.
Shawn wasn't going to let the title change hands like this, not with the championship deadline in play.
Orton and Bron Breakker.
Oh my God.
Taking advantage of the
oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Was this all part of Evolution and Michael's plan in accepting the match?
Bron is not even that strong.
And Breakker nails the military press power slam.
Are you kidding me?
Try to steal this.
And of course, Shawn Michaels is now helping the referee back in the ring.
1, 2, fuck.
Slade got him. The champion retains.
Against the combination of
I threatened him. I didn't even say 2 words to the man.
Unbelievable Bron Breakker. So if anyone sits here in the chat tries to hype up Bron, you're going to hear from my lawyers. Why is he a part of Evolution? What is happening?
I don't know. What? Talk to the creative team for 2K23. Listen, I've seen a lot of YouTubers play that game. I don't get it either.
And why is Shawn Michaels helping Evolution? Didn't they give him hell? No one cares. But what did you think about this match? No one cares about my my well-being. Thank you, George. I see a wow.
The match that we saw on TV or the little clip that we just saw from...
No, about the match that happened the next day. I just wanted, because JL, he's a big fan of the Bron, but the Bron robbed me. And I don't like being robbed because it's not nice.
What did I think? I have turned into a Gigi Dolan fan, for those who remember me going on and on about Toxic Attraction. Now, here's the thing. Both of them, as talents in the ring, they're good. Even, well, Gigi's a little bit better than JC, but JC can get better. The thing is, with their booking, their repeated booking and over pushing, like Roman Reigns back when he was the big dog, with Charlotte Flair, with her when she was a big heel, I got so bored and so over it that until they lost them belts and until they split them up, I honestly could not have cared less about either of them when they were champions. But seeing them do their own thing, you can definitely see where one is a little bit better than the other. Even though Gigi's gotten better in promos, Gigi's the better in ring compared to JC, but JC is a million times better on the mic. Mm-hmm. And George says everyone's becoming a fan of Gigi now. Gigi has been fan favorite since day one when Toxic Attraction became a thing. Back when there was the black and gold, when she was teaming with Cora Jade, it was still probably a little bit, but not as much. Maybe she was more favored than Cora at that time, but now the roles have reversed. Now Gigi's the good one, and Cora's the one that could not care less about anybody in that locker room by herself.
I meant to actually, I'm sorry, because I do have a picture. Let's get this bracket going up here. But yes, this is the bracket for the NXT Women's Championship. And we have, as you can see, the women up here. And we had 2 matches about the tournament. We had Gigi Dolan against Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany has advanced. We're going to talk later about Lacaria. Oh, my God.
Lyra Lacaria.
Thank you. This is that was the hot tag against Kiana James. And then next week, we're going to have Fallon Henley against Cora Jade. And we're going to have Roxanne Perez against JC Jane. So, I mean, this match did what it had to do. And but there was some botches because I was going to point out earlier, Tiffany, she does the thing just before she does the prettiest moonsault ever. She does it's like a fireman carry, and the move came off wrong. I guess she just and I'm glad that you pointed out with JC Jane because I didn't realize it. Gigi Dolan, I'm sorry, Gigi Dolan. I'm mixing up names. Gigi Dolan, and she probably just didn't want to land on her shoulder or such.
Yeah, she probably.
Wow, that butt that. We got everyone's becoming a fan of Gigi Dolan. I think a lot of people was always a fan of her. Gigi Dolan.
As someone who has been in that performance center several times, you want to hear the number of times that I've had to hear people screaming over Gigi every time Toxic Attraction.
I can imagine. I can only imagine.
So many. I had a person right behind me going Gigi and dying like this, like dying in his chair like that. Even though the guy is married. He was dying like that. I swear, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Like, Gigi. You'll never hear me say it like that again. But that was the match. Tiffany advanced. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that tournament later on. We had the Dyad against Gallus.
And I'm going to take this off because this wig is itchy.
She said she was going to do that. She said she was going to do
it. Take it off, and this jacket is making me sweat.
There we go. Now we have the Wrestling Doll. First we had Gigi Dolan's. Now we have the Wrestling Doll. Wrestling Doll, thank you for joining me for Unpopular View. Tell Gigi, thank you for making a guest appearance because, wow, I didn't think we could pull that off, but we pulled it off. But the Dyad against Gallus, I mean, I remember I was watching this match and I just expected the Dyad to lose. I mean, especially with them asking for their release. I know this has been a tweet that they have since deleted. I forget if it's been like a week or two because everything's
been
kind of
a while since they put out that tweet.
Right. And I didn't expect them to win, especially when a week ago you have Ava and she says, hey, do something for them, but do something for you, which ended up being something totally different. Because I looked at it as, if they don't win, turn on them and get rid of them. That was my thought process. But they had a really good match. I thought there was I don't even say good. It was a decent match. I mean, the Dyad, like I said, I expected them to lose. They went out there and they did what they had to do. But Gallus was going to win. No one expected Dyad to dethrone Gallus for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Like, that's just something. No. So, it was decent. I don't want to sit here and say it was bad, it was awful, because it wasn't that. It was there. But what did you think about this match?
Well, it wasn't the worst match of the night. Wasn't the greatest match of the night either. It did what it needed to do in terms of telling the story, even though I think there's the possibility that those two are still going to get their wish granted and say bye-bye to WWE, even though they took down the tweets about a week or so ago. But the match was fine. We expected Ava to interfere at some point or another. I was just waiting for her to slap one of the two members of Gallus.
She did interfere, and also too, it's looking like this is going to be a triple threat later on because you have the Creed brothers. They're watching the match. I thought it was funny when they had the blue mask on, and you see
Ivy.
Ivy. She's watching because she's paying attention. She's eyeballing Ava.
She's eyeballing Ava. She's not eyeballing the tag match. She's eyeballing Ava because she's sick and tired of it, just like a lot of people in that locker room are.
And
I'm tired. Dee is tired but scared. I don't know who she's gonna go after next. to either terrify the crap out of them or to make them even more angrier with them. But I swear there's going to be a handicap match at some point with Ava Raine getting beat up or fighting against 2 or 3 or 4 other people.
I mean, I hope to see.
Joe Gacy was out in her corner, ready to interfere whenever necessary.
I thought it was when she came out and attacked Ava, I was like, oh, okay, cool. It looked like they're trying to set something up between. I don't know if it's going to lead to a 6-person tag, where it's like Ava and whoever could be the Dyad against the Creed brothers. But, she wanted to get her hand on Ava. And I don't know. I thought that was funny. But, yeah, the Dyad loses. I'm pretty sure no one expected a title change here. And, yeah, it was what it was. Also, too, I want to say I said a triple threat because I said the Creeds, Gallus, but also, too, Tony and Stacks was watching. I should throw that out there, too.
I saw them. I was like, oh, shoot, they ready for that. They ready. They want that match like yesterday.
I'm glad you are back. What's going on, Hassan? Glad that you are back. What is going on? We got also here H-Man. That is the son of the Jack Pack Empire. This young man is tremendous. What the F is happening in the chat? And who the F is?
So what is happening in the chat right now, because I've been reading it myself, is people are going back and forth. Jay actually mentioned the fact that Gigi's in this, but Lash Legend isn't. Lash Legend is teaming with Jakara Jackson in Level Up, and they might be going after the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship.
Wow.
And somebody mentioned along the lines that Cameron was better than Lash Legend. Now, for those of you who don't remember who Cameron was, she was a women's wrestler who teamed up with Naomi back when they were in a faction with the Funkadactyls.
Right.
And then that split up. Those two were doing their own thing for a while, but Naomi was the breakout star, and Cameron went down to NXT, tried to get better, but she got let go. She came back for the Royal Rumble in 2022 with the all purple. So if anybody remembers the black girl coming out with purple hair and some purple gear on, that was her.
Absolutely. We got Jeffrey. He's asking the hard-hitting question. Sorry, forgive me, sir. Y'all think Schism lost steam? I do. I really do. I mean,
we lost whatever steam they had, whatever fire they were building up to make them feel like the most ominous, dominant faction ever. Like, Gacy's not even threatening anymore. He's not a threat anymore. At this point, he's literally the back burner. He's like pushed way to the back, and he's trying to push himself up to the front for that NXT North American champion because he interfered in one match later in the night that we're going to talk about, but he is not going to be next up for that belt. We're all going to see Wesley versus Tyler Bate, and then we'll see who goes after it next, because Lord knows if I had to see Drew Gulak or Charlie Dempsey go after that belt again, I'm going to lose my mind. I can't either of those two.
So Jeffrey asked if they lost steam. They don't feel as hot as they did. There was something about that act a while ago, and I'm not going to sit here and say this act was for me. It wasn't an act for me personally, but it was something about them where I was like, oh, I could.
And then we got nothing.
Right. So like
that was it.
If I can mention a certain act, right, and there was a certain appeal. It didn't work for me, but there was an appeal where I was like, I kind of get it. I look at Sanity, right? When they were in NXT and on the main roster, they just fell apart, honestly. That wasn't an act for me, but there was something where I was like, it's so different that I wasn't a super fan, but I was like, I'm intrigued, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I would sit here and say Schism has definitely lost steam. And I don't even know. I can't even pinpoint when they started losing steam, because there was a time where I really felt like they were a point on NXT, and then it just felt like they wasn't. We have Patrick Nelson, the full Nelson. What is going on? How are ya? We are reviewing NXT, so we are having a good time, because this is not just a review show. This is a party, guys. So we want to sit here and say thank you, guys.
Party with the bad dolls.
The bad dolls. The Bad Doll World Tour continues. This is week 3 of it. Are you not sports entertained? Because if you're not, get out. No, actually, no. Just give us a like and then get out. No, that's not nice. We want you guys to have a good time. That's what.
No, give us a like and follow us on all our socials instead.
Hello. We also got H-Man here. Hold on. First, let me go up a little bit, and we're gonna get back to you, H-Man. He's wearing glasses now, like a teacher. He is wearing glasses. Joe Gacy is trying to go for the NXT North. Yes, we're gonna get to that. We also got Schism. Did lose steam when Ava joined, and right up to the Iron Survivor match, they were hot, but that's not. But that's
But
nothing
after that,
happened.
nothing happened.
But nothing happened. We got. I wouldn't mind Gacy win the title. To be honest, I would hope they get their act together. Yeah, because I felt like, and I don't even feel like they were such a major act, but it was something intriguing about them, and I feel like they lost that. I feel like they lost what made them intriguing, and I can't for myself figure point what it was. We got George. Schism lost steam when Ava joined. Yeah, I really feel like when Ava joined, I felt like that was a great addition, and also too, it helps her because I don't know if she can do it on her own. I don't know that, so I sit here and say you place
Not
her.
yet.
Yes.
Or maybe if they do like dissolve or break apart as far as the schism, maybe the Dyad leave and Gacy focuses more on pushing Ava to possibly becoming a future women's champion. So they still keep that going, but he focuses more on her, like being like her mentor kind of thing. Almost basically like a glue.
But see, and you know, when you say all that, that's why I thought that they were going to separate from. I'm sorry, because it's Schism and Dyad, right? And like, I'm sorry, it just sometimes throw me off. But I thought they were going to separate themselves from the other two, and then it was just going to be these two. We also got, because I want to finish this one, but it says Schism lost steam when Ava joined. I think they'll break up and potentially have Ava Rain become a singles run, but she's not ready for that yet. I don't think so. I think they got overshadowed by everyone being
intrigued,
right, by The Rock's daughter. Thank you. I promise I can read. It's you know, I need help. I have audio. When I read, I use audio read, so everyone knows. Gacy was once competing for the NXT title, kidnapped Rick Steiner. He did. Probably should have finished the job. And now he's wearing goggles. I like how the goggles is bothering you guys.
He was wearing tinted sunglasses. I don't see what the big deal is.
Yeah. I think also we never saw them as much on TV plays a factor. That might be also too, because it's like in between. So I'm glad that you mentioned that, Jeffrey, because I didn't even think that. So when you bring that up, and that probably doesn't help. But also too, you don't need to be on TV all the time. I don't think you have to do that. And we got let's read. Is Gacy and Ava a duo? No, they're not.
Not yet.
No, not yet. Why don't we get into one more thing and then we will get into commercial? We got Javier, and he goes against the fantastic Duke. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of Duke. I've been a fan since some people say day one, day
Were
zero.
You a fan since the breakout tournament?
Huh?
Were you a fan since the breakout tournament he partook in?
No.
Just asking.
No, I know you are, but I don't lie, except when it comes to work, so I can just keep being employed. But but I mean, he had a match with Javier, Big Javi. But you know what my beef is with him? He stole my nickname. I had that in high school, and he took it. So I'm sorry. I have flashbacks of being angry. But what did you think about this match, Wrestling Dawn? We'll do a commercial.
Well, let's see. I'm not too big on Duke Hudson as far as character, but in-ring work is good.
What is happening?
I'm being honest. I don't lie either unless it's for work. So I can be employed still. But I just want to say that in this match, Booker T, not this match. Never mind. It was a different match. We're going to get to that. But this match was all right. It did what it needed to do. It proved to Javi that Duke's not trying to take over, chase you, which he obviously is.
Javi's what are you talking about? He's not listen. Listen,
He's trying
first of all,
to. He's just
no.
working from the inside out, sneaking our way into it. And once he reveals his true self, we gonna see.
He is
I'm right,
doing
and all the other things
justice.
otherwise are dead wrong.
He is doing justice. Listen, I like Andre Chase. He wears great sneakers and he has a great sweater. But my sweater game is great too. Matter of fact, in high school, I won great sweater. That was it. Great sweater. I won. So I'm sitting there saying what he's trying to do is elevate Andre Chase U that has been failing. And Duke sat here and said, I can bring this up to great heights, Godzilla heights. And it just bothers me that you guys don't see that. I realize a lot of people. So I have, you know how this 20/20 vision? I have 40/20. So I just want to sit here and say, I know what I'm talking about. I passed the 5th grade, damn it. So I'm sitting there saying Duke Hudson is doing great, and he made Chase U look great. And thank you, Duke Hudson, for doing that. There's not a lot of thank yous going on, and it's starting to disgust me. Right now, I'm going to have to drink tea so I can heal from this sickness. And I don't like being sick. Being sick sucks. Hashtag being sick sucks. I'm trying to be serious here, guys. Stop lying to me. I see a lot of false. Thank you, H man. He gets it. False accusations. Unbelievable. This is crazy. Does anybody else realize that I'm telling the truth? Wrestling Doll, tell me I'm telling the truth.
I just said the opposite to what you said about Duke.
Unbelievable. This Wrestling Doll talk.
And that contradicts everything I said and make me look like a hypocrite.
What's the problem?
Why do I want to look like a hypocrite?
See, look at this. H-Man right here. Thank you, Duke. George don't know anything about good people. I know about good people all the time. I know because I wrote a biography about good people. My biography is called Being Good, the Bad Guy Story. So, and also to follow up with Buy This because I need money. But guys, we're talking NXT. We hope you guys are having a great time. And we're going to do a quick commercial because I'm really excited about this commercial because we have a UPR battle coming up and we have a video. So let's play this real quick. Wrestling Doll, do you mind if I play a commercial? Commercial.
This Sunday, Season 2 of UPR Battles continue, and we have a banger this Sunday, folks. Representing classic video games, we have Sonic the Hedgehog, and he goes against Marvel's favorite webhead, Spider-Man. This is going to be an interesting one, folks. Tune in this Sunday, 8 p.m. on Instagram Live. Don't miss it.
We're bringing back UPR battles this Sunday on Instagram Live, 8 p.m. It is me representing Sonic the Hedgehog. This is such a treat here, real quick. I wanted to represent Sonic the Hedgehog. He's my favorite video game character. You guys know this. See the Superior, who is superiorly evil, picked Spider-Man. You guys voted this. And this is such a nightmare for me because I am a big fan of Spider-Man, and I hate that I'm going to have to
I think
dominate.
that's why we picked it.
You picked it, didn't you? You did this. So this is your fault. This is awful. And you're laughing. This is a nightmare to me. This hurts. And no one cares. Bron screws me. And then no, oh, I voted for Spider-Man. What is happening? It's clear that no one, my co-hosts don't care about care about me. Now that I know this, I hope that everyone has bologna sandwich because who eats bologna?
Nobody.
Unless you're 5. Because you have.
I didn't eat bologna when I was 5.
I did because I had no choice. Like, who eats American cheese? You gotta eat. Let's spice it up here. But listen, guys, you're watching Unpopular Review, the NXT review show. I'm the bad guy, trying with the Wrestling Doll. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. Please give us a like, love, and share. If you're watching us on Facebook, I don't know what they do on Facebook anymore because I'm barely on there. But please give us some reaction. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Hey, even give us a thumbs down. It's fine. Let's talk wrestling. Let's talk about that stuff. If you're on Twitter, Hi, if you're on Twitch, hi. So yeah, please do. I try. Look at this right here. Look at this. Trust me, the wrestling though. So see, look at this. See this guy. This is why this is the son of the Jack Pack Empire. H-Man, I can't wait until you build that rocket that says Jack Pack Empire, because he's gonna build a rocket. And we got everyone laughing. I don't know why everyone's laughing at my dismay, but let's talk NXT real quick. Let's continue talking NXT. Von Wagner had a segment. What did you think about this segment about him? He had there was like this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the exact terminology of it, but it's like, quick questions, and he's like, "What do you like? What kind of cheese do you like? What kind of?"
20 questions.
Yes, it was 20 questions. What did you think about this segment with Von Wagner?
That Robert Stone needs to leave Von Wagner alone when it comes to that picture, because if he keeps asking about that picture, he's going to end up that same way that Von Wagner ended up in that picture when he was younger, needing stitches in his head, because Von Wagner is going to kill him for trying to meddle and figure out what was going on. I figured at this point, if Von's not going to tell him, I figured Robert Stone's just going to try to either go to his house to find his parents and figure out what happened, or try to sneak into a hospital somewhere, try to find his medical records and see why his head was like that in the first place. And then you got that random guy coming in making that horrible joke, by the way.
Oh my
Even
goodness.
the girl with him even said that was bad and shouldn't say that because he was going to get his ass beat. And he did.
He made a joke. I didn't really hear what he said, but I knew it was bad. I didn't hear it, but I knew it was bad. And I mean, he choked this guy out. And matter of fact, at first I was even asking, because I was talking to the captain about, we were watching NXT and I was talking with her, and I was like, who's this guy? Because I didn't know if he was somebody that was not necessarily called up, but like a character that I might have missed. Because also too, I saw a lot of people in the chat, they were mentioning NXT Level Up, and I don't watch NXT Level Up, so I said, oh, maybe he's somebody from there or whatever. But he beat this guy up, and Von will continue not to talk about this. We got H-Man. He said, hey, Elvis is on Facebook. Yeah, he's probably the only one left. We got it's on. We're all being sent to the I'm pretty sure that's pretty much hell. Damn. Why make that man angry? Listen, you know what? I agree.
We saw what happened to Ikemen. We don't need to read.
You know what? You got on my good side. This is what I'm talking about. Did someone delete this? I hope no one deleted this. I need to look. Keep talking. I'm sorry. I feel really upset. Oh, no. Here we go. God damn, I missed that Von Wag. That was the Von Wag, the Wagnator. Matter of fact, when people sat here and was trying to get on the Von Ford, I said, there's not enough room. You can't be there. It's a one seat. Get out. And I wasn't going to get out because once I plant my ass, I'm not leaving.
I thought you were the one driving it.
No, that's a dangerous thing to do. I might just drive us to the nearest. You know what's good? Pizza Hut. I just want to throw it out there, Pizza Hut. But let's go further. We had Eddie Thorpe against Damian Kemp. This match was really for Eddie. This match was to showcase more what he can do. I don't know if this is like week 3, week 4. I know he's just kind of got here, so forgive me for not knowing the exact how long he's been here. But he showcased what he can do. And Damian Kemp, or Kemp, I would just say, because I butcher names all the time. But Kemp was out here, and he did a great job to make Eddie look good. There was a spot, though, when he went for a German, and it looked like Kemp did not jump high enough, so it looked kind of sloppy. But I thought that Kemp did a great job on making Eddie look like a I don't necessarily say threat, but he did a great job on making Eddie look like he knew what he was doing in the ring. I thought he did a great job on making Eddie look strong, with the exception of that spot. And Eddie gets the win here. He gets the win, which was something that was. I mean, I see in the chat that can I have a moment? Can I have a moment?
Go ahead.
Thank you. How dare you, George? You think you're funny, but you're not funny. You think you're humorous. I read right through your bubblegum jokes. You think you're somebody, but you're nobody. You sit here and you think because you wear your crappy sweater and whatnot, and you think you're somebody with your picture, but you're not. Jacket time, jacket time, jacket time, jacket time. And then you send the laughing emoji. I don't want to wake up all the queens, but I probably did. Right now, what you have done is increased my blood pressure, which is a terrible thing.
Don't do that to this man while he's sick, please.
George, I am challenging you to a verbal challenge. I want you to come on air and face me. Don't be a coward. Bring your best sweater because it won't be as good as my shorts. Carry on. God damn it.
Well, let's see. Damon Kemp is a pain in the butt who needs to learn how to keep his mouth shut so he doesn't keep getting his ass whooped. And Eddie Thorpe, I know literally nothing about him because this was only the second time I'd seen him since I watched last week. I haven't been able to watch too much because of work and such. So I usually work nights, so I can't watch it. And they don't play it on there and where I'm working at, unfortunately, so I can't watch. But from what I saw, he did do pretty good. It wasn't horrible. It was a good showcase match to show what Eddie can do. I saw the Fringe. I won't lie. When he came out and I saw the Fringe, I was like, who is this walking out of here? I have no idea. Was this somebody that was supposed to be on Level Up? Not saying that in like a bad way, only because I don't know who this guy is. But then I saw the name. I was like, oh, now I remember. It's the guy that Damon Kemp was threatening last week, basically, because now that he's out of Diamond Mine for being a big baby and not accepting the fact that he wasn't the star, he's got to try to make himself the star by threatening newbies. And now he's going to be a jobber to all these newbies. That's how he's going to become a star, from being a jobber to all these newbies.
We got people who seem like they're definitely a fan of Eddie, because I see Jeffrey saying, Eddie, George, I'm going to ignore you because my blood pressure is going through the roof and my medical cannot cover this because of what you're trying to do. And also, too, Captain Shakespeare, she's supposed to be on my side, but it's clear as day that my blood pressure does not matter to anybody. We got... well,
now we know with this verbal battle, who's going to be in George's corner.
No one should be in George's corner. Like, what George is doing is injustice. And quite honestly, I fought Abraham Lincoln the coldest day in March, so he don't stand a chance. But let's. But Eddie, he gets the win, and you can see that they're really a fan of him, and they want to do good things with him. And there's been a lot of call-ups. Matter of fact, when just to jump ahead a little bit, when Hard Hitting Truth with I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name.
Nathan Frazer.
Thank you. I should have wrote his name down. I just didn't have a chance to. But, you know, a lot of people being called up. I didn't realize it was 12 people being called up. I did not realize. That's a really great number.
17.
How many?
He said 17.
Was it 17?
That's what he said.
Wild.
It was like 17, 18 people they said that got called up.
That is wild to me to hear that. I thought it was 12. Okay, so thank you for that. But hearing that just makes me go like, someone like Eddie, it gives him, it leaves a door open for him. I don't expect him to be NXT champion, but maybe eventually we can push him, and slowly, it don't have to be a rush, but slowly push him into the North American Championship running. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But let's look into some of these chat. We got this. She's so rude and small. We got this. Damian needs to win, to be honest. He has improved. Damian should get some wins. It's crazy because he loses a lot, right? We got Eddie. We got JL. Eddie Thor is the flavor of the month. Same as Paper Champ Mello. Wow, it sounds like you're not a fan of Mello. I'm a huge fan of Mello. We got Eddie. Right.
Like Mello since the breakout tournament.
I'm pretty sure of that, George. Eddie looks like he is ripping off the boogeyman. Why so though?
Worms in his mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't get that vibe, but why? I'm interested in hearing your reason.
He needs, because of him walking, the way he walked, the shadow, the lighting. You know how many wrestlers come out with like some similar entrances and nobody says like, oh, they're ripping off so and so.
Right, because I never got that vibe though. I never got that.
I didn't get no damn boogeyman vibe.
Yeah, I never got that. We got Me Too, but Eddie bounces on beat with the music.
Well, the boogeyman's not focusing on bouncing to the beat of the
No,
music.
he's not. He really not. He's just, I'm the boogeyman, and I'm here to do this. Yeah, no, this is. We got quick question. What do you think about Zoe Stock debut on Raw? Do you have any thoughts on that, real quick?
From what I saw, she did good. The crowd wasn't too invested into it, but not a lot of people watch NXT, so a lot of them aren't going to know who she is or what she does. So they were some of them were very uninterested.
I thought that her debut was good. So the one thing about her is her in-ring work is just
phenomenal.
Yes, it's phenomenal.
I've seen it in person a few times. I know how phenomenal she is in the ring. So,
and you're so lucky to have seen her in person. So I've always just seen her off TV, but from what I've saw off TV, how crisp she is in the ring. She's just really good at what she does. She doesn't have a character, but I think as time goes on, give her a chance, give her time, and I believe that she can find a character.
The only thing I'm going to miss is when I go to NXT, nobody's going to be chanting Zoe is angry anymore, because that's what people used to do when she would go on the mic and do her promos.
She was angry, though. No, she was angry.
It was funny because she heard it and talked to the people like, no, I'm not angry. I was like, yeah, you are, because you're talking back to us.
I thought I had a picture of it. I don't have a picture, and it bothers me that I don't have anything with no, I do actually. Here we go. Zoe. This is how Zoe shows up. Right here. Look. Always with the leather jacket. It's the leather jacket, but it's never half
sleeve, half no sleeve.
Absolutely. It's different. And also too, she wears different leather jackets. But let's talk about this match. We had Dragunov against Dijak, and I said, oh, this is gonna be the match of the night. To me, this was gonna be a takeover match. We didn't get an actual winner for this match, and that's fine. But these two killed it. These guys were, the first 5 minutes of the match, these guys were like beating the hell out of each other. There was just meat being hit. There was people being hurt. And like you saw Dijak, Dijak also too. But Dragunov, he was like chopping. And I remember saying, like, man, this is small.
Red.
Huh?
It was red. It was redder than my jacket.
Oh yeah. No, these guys really beat the hell out of each other. And I was really happy for Dijak because also, too, I want to mention this real quick. Once again, I was on the phone with the captain and we were talking, and she mentioned how, like, oh, I love this Sin City entrance. And I didn't notice it so much until I was watching. And his entrance, so it's always black and white, but his name, the entrance thing with the names and all that stuff. Thank you. And you saw how it was like in a city, Sin City font. I thought that was a really cool touch. But these guys went out there and these guys kind of delivered in a takeover match, with the exception of the finish. I thought that, and I was really happy for Dijak because Dijak on the main roster has been, it sucked. And there was something about it. I was like, why is that guy not a priority? I thought this guy is someone who should be a priority.
Because and it's probably because his character and destroyed his in-ring career in the main roster as T-Bar.
And I feel like a little bit. I said to a degree, just feel like T-Bar, but with a little bit more. What I meant to try to say, with a little bit more creative direction, meaning like. It's like I felt like T-Bar always wanted justice, and maybe I'm wrong on this, so correct me, guys. But it felt like he wanted justice, but this one is like, I'm gonna get justice. It's like he's pretty much Batman, but don't mind the blood. But what did you think about this hard-hitting match? And we're gonna get into the chat.
It reminded me of when Ilja challenged Walt Gunther for the title during TakeOver, that being one of the matches of the year that I had seen before and seen the first time that those two went at it. I will be honest, before the match even started, I had a feeling it wasn't going to end clean because there was no way in hell that Dijak was going to let that be a match that ended clean. I, however, did not expect him to grab these steel steps and literally squish Dragunov with them until he turned into a pancake that they were going to need to scrape off the ground.
I think we have a.
But it was definitely a hard-hitting match. I definitely expected chests to be red. I expected welts to be forming. I expected blood to just spew out. I didn't expect to the expense of a tooth coming out like in that match, but I definitely expected a lot of violence.
I gotta give it up to Dijak because he stole the Daredevil D. like that was a lot. I said that looked like the Daredevil D, but yeah, these guys they were hard hitting, and it's honestly, you save this match for Battleground, which is in 2 weeks, if I'm correct. So yeah, go for it. I mean, I think what we got was a taste of what we're gonna get at that Sunday. It's not Saturday, it's Sunday. I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure I got it.
It's on Sunday, May 28th. Right.
Thank you. Let's get into the next thing. We had Tyler Bate.
Wait, hold on. I want to answer this. George said we're referees after this match. You know what the referees were doing? Not a damn thing. Literally, that ref ran off to Lord knows where. I don't know if he was trying to get help, but if he was going to get help and they were going to run out, they were too damn late. I don't get why they let this shit happen and why they don't get these refs come in sooner. It pisses me off. They could have had the refs trying to help, but Dijak being so strong that he beats them down and then do that. So at least it shows that they were trying.
It's funny because I get you was answering George's question about where were the refs. To be quite frank, I think
Nick was asking where the refs were.
Right, and it's I said Jeff. I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry. There's a lot of G's. I'm sorry. I'm confused, but I laugh because I get that. Where it's where are the refs? If I'm a ref, and it depends on who's out there. So yesterday on Monday Night Raw, when Brock Lesnar was beating the hell out of Cody, you couldn't have sent me out there at all. I wouldn't have gone. Hey, your job is on the line. Yeah. Also, my life is on the line if I go and see Brock Lesnar. So I'm pretty sure the refs were Dijak is Attack of the Titan heights. So I'm not going out there. And I don't blame them, is my point. Because Attack of the Titans. I don't watch that anime, but they're tall.
Neither do I, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I would be scared to be stepped on. That's frightening. Moving on, we talk about this match, and it looked like there's going to be a match for Battleground. We had Tyler Bate, and we would talk. He has a match with Charlie Dempsey. I'm not going to lie, this segment was actually kind of hilarious because he's sitting there, he's meditating. There's a lot of smoke. And I said, I had to look at the date because I said, is it 420? But I'm like, oh, we're in May.
Last month.
That was last month, right?
Yes. I was at a show that day, so.
Was there as much smoke? Was there as much smoke?
Would not have happened.
I was going to ask, was there as much smoke that day when you went as Tyler Bates?
Wrestlers that were in there did take a puff here and there during the matches. Some were calling for it, and some in character were like, "Get that shit out of here!" I'm like, "You at a 420 event? What the hell do you expect?"
No, 420 is 420. There we go.
It's like when you go to Beer Fest and you're wrestling and you tell people that beer is a sin. It's like, it's terrible. Don't drink it. Y'all are freaking alcoholics or something like that. And then you want someone to get the hell out of here. Don't come here. Don't waste our time.
But he's meditating. Wesley's out there and he's like, hey, you have a match. He's trying to talk to him, but Tyler Bate is meditating and he's like, oh, you're gonna have a match. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there and stuff like that. So they have this match, and it was a really good match. I thought it was a really good match. Tyler Bate against Charlie. Huh?
They've got history.
They do got it. I see. I didn't know that. I really didn't. I
brought it up that they know each other so well.
They did because when Tyler Bate and them, Charlie Dempsey, when they were going back and forth, Charlie Dempsey would find a counter. But for me, I was sitting there going like, oh, that's William Regal's kid, so he just knows all the counters and stuff like that. Because I mean, look,
How much he looks like William Regal.
I know, right? Like, you know what cracks me up? Like his you'll hear the music, and a lot of times like he don't have like this like extravagant entrance, but you just see him, he go, and that's all he does. And I get what you mean.
He's nothing like his father.
Oh, William Regal was so good. Like, I remember growing up in the 2000s watching him and just being like, they had the motion thing where they would do like this, and it was the motion versus thing. And William Regal was so simple. You do like this, and then he would do like this because he was the power of the punch. I hope he implements that later. His son, Charlie, and he implements that and has the power to punch. That would be cool. But what did you think about this match? What do you think about this match and stuff?
I enjoyed this match, although I wonder what is with these wrestlers from Europe being so obsessed with wearing the trunks. I'm like, some of them I feel like should wear like the long tights or at least like the half shorts. But besides that, it was a very entertaining match. I was definitely rooting for Tyler Bate, of course, because MC like annoyed the crap out of me. I just want them to move on from this so we can have Tyler Bate versus Wesley for the North American Championship. Wesley retains, and then they bring out his next future opponents. And if it's one of those two again, I'm going to hit something or somebody.
It's starting to look like this match is going to be like a multi-man match. I was excited about the idea of just Wesley against Tyler Bate because I said, sign me up. I don't want it to be a multi-man. I don't want it to be a triple threat. I don't want it maybe what they do here. So this is a possibility here. And I'm looking at you guys in the chat. I know we're not clicking it, but give us like 2 minutes. Because I saw someone mention something about the parking lot, but give us 2 minutes here. I don't want a multi-man match either. But what they can do is the week or the following week is have a triple threat and the winner faces Wesley. Because
that'd be fine. I'd be fine.
That would be great for that. And the person should be Tyler Bate because Joe Gacy, when he came out, I was like, why is he out here? And I said, oh, I kind of get it now.
But that he took her words to heart, so he was going to use that.
And you know, you had Drew Gulak out there, but he had a chance. Charlie Dempsey, I don't think he had a chance. And also, too, he won this match. So you look at Charlie Dempsey.
He only won that match because Gacy interfered.
Right. Charlie, absolutely. So you look at the match and you look at his Charlie Dempsey, Tyler Bate, because Tyler Bate was looking at that title. He was like, you know, he was looking at that title. And then you have Joe Gacy. And for me, you got to go with Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate is the better match, and I don't think we need another multi-man match. Now, don't get me wrong, when they had that match at Stand and Deliver, that Fatal 5-Way, I thought all the men delivered. And I thought that was a really good match. And I know a lot of people said, oh, this shouldn't have been opener. So for me, it's like it's not the placement of the match. It's being good enough. And that match wasn't an opener. That match was towards the end, I forget when. And that match was, to me, was the match of the night. So I just want to sit here and say that, and I just think we should go with Tyler Bate. We're going to go into many more things, but real quick, because I saw
the segment about the person watching the girls in the party.
I'm trying to
find the
find
rainbow colors that they were doing throughout the whole thing.
Who could be the attacker? Blair Davenport? It possibly could. I mean, I had no idea. It has to be a woman. It has to be a woman.
They haven't utilized the woman since trying to fight for the NXT Women's Championship back when Mandy Rose was still champ.
Whoa. Can you still see me?
No.
I don't know what the hell. I'm sorry. There's a technical difficulty. Can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you. We just can't see you. I think the light went out or something.
Yes, the lights went totally out. This is fantastic. All right, we're going to just keep going. You guys don't want to even see me. I'm going to try to make this. I'm in the Batcave. What happened was Bruce Wayne turned off my lights.
I thought you were going to say Alfred turned off the lights.
God damn it, Alfred. You know, I should shoot a promo on Alfred. Why are you so old? Why was the first time I saw he was already 78? You know who I blame for this? Goldberg. No, Goldberg did this The Ball Syndicate has attacked me once again for no reason. I don't deserve this. I can't help that I was born with a head full of hair. I can't help that I am God's favorite. Unbelievable! I don't deserve this.
No, you don't.
Why is this happening?
I don't know.
Tom Cruise!
Don't scream so much. You're going to wake up the woman that's 5'7" from Queens.
I don't deserve this. We're going to keep moving on.
Yes,
What's the next segment there we had to just, God damn it, Undertaker. I blame Teddy Longs. I don't want to have a one-on-one with Undertaker. I ain't asked for this. I'm not prepared. I'm not physically prepared for this. I didn't stretch. I didn't drink water. I'm sorry that you guys have to deal with this. Me and Mark, if you want a match with me, all you had to do was ask. And I would have pinned you and then left. But let's move on. We have Briggs and Jensen. They are back together. I'm sorry about the technical difficulty, folks. I'm very sorry about that.
I can still see because your teeth are glowing.
My teeth is glowing?
Yes, we can see.
Feel the glow!
Anyways, we have Briggs Jensen and we have Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs versus.
Yeah, my teeth are really shining. You guys can know I brush my teeth.
We have that, which it surprised me how hard hitting Hank and Tank went right forward towards those two, because like Vic said, I thought it was going to be like a match against people that see themselves as formidable adversaries, but like could keep it still like face versus face kind of thing. It felt like a slight hint towards a tweener or heel turn maybe for those two one day, for feeling overlooked, like people think they're like a joke. But no, this match was a great match. It was so hard hitting that Tank lost a freaking tooth. And
he did! No, what was it? Tank, right?
Yeah, Tank lost a tooth. He spit it out and put it in a singlet to make sure it didn't like fall out into the ground or anything. Probably to see if he could like take it to a dentist and get it re-put.
You know what happened? He saw the tooth fairy. He saw the tooth fairy and he said, God damn, I can meet Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So he sat here and made sure to put that tooth in the singlet. Smart move. Because, you know, back in the day when I had a tooth fairy, she was blonde. But now we have Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Good job, Tank. Tank did a tremendous job. Tank, I wish you could help me right now because
Tank did a good job. Hank did a good job. Hank is over. The people have loved Hank since day one. But I am happy that Briggs and Jensen are back together.
Yes, I agree.
And that they have matured, that especially Jensen has matured and grown from all this experience. And
you know what? And thank you for saying that. You know what? Now I need to increase my voice because you guys can't see me. I hope you guys know I'm not trying to be John Cena. I just know you guys can't see me. Did the power go out? Yes. And I don't know why. But I'm going to continue the show because I'm a professional. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. Let's get that hashtag yes. But I'm going to sit here and go, you know, Tank, I know he had a performance. I say performance, but he had a match a few weeks ago, showcased what he can do. And him and Hank, there's something, I'm not going to say filling the team, but I sit here and say, you know, I can see some growth there.
It could be something.
Yes, and Briggs and Jensen being back together, I agree. Listen, Jensen with the moose and the hair all the way back. Now seeing him with the mullet, looking like something out of what was it? Not Hank of the Hill. What's it called? King of the Hill. I love it. Be yourself and continue to be yourself, Jensen. Never let someone fool you. And I'm happy for you. Once again, folks, I am sorry about this blackout. And we got Fallon and though. Yeah, she was there. That's all I got.
She was cheering on her boys, and next week she will be going up against Cora Jade in the.
You know what? And say it with me, chat. I know you guys want to hear me say it. Who's she going to go against?
Cora Jade.
And Cora Jade, not for nothing. Fallon Henley, she's great. I see the growth and the improvement. But say with me, folks, she's going to get dominated. And I'm going to be here next week to mention how she got dominated. I hate to report domination, but that's what I do. And besides going against one-on-one with
Hey,
them.
what can we say when you got a report from the Nation of Domination?
Yes. You know, goddamn, that was good. That was good. I know you can't see me because I didn't pay the light bill, so I have to suffer. But that, goddamn, that was good. What's the next segment we had, Wrestling Doll? What else did we have here? We had Hard and Truth. We talked about that a little bit. Let's talk about Tony Stacks with Gallus. They won a shot at those tag team titles. They were at the bar.
They should get a shot at those tag team titles.
They should get a shot at that. Absolutely.
I mean, if not them, then who else are they going to go after? Dyad again?
I think Dyad is done. I really do. I think when they made
Or
that.
maybe, and hear me out, maybe a triple threat tag match between Gallus, Tony and Stacks, and the Creed brothers. There you go. And the Creed brothers, since they also kind of have their eye on those championships somewhat, even though they're acting total fools with Ivy, since they basically see her like a little sister, basically.
There we go. Well, goddamn, that was really good. That was really good. That was well said.
It was a decent segment. I felt like everybody loves going to Fallon's bar.
I don't. I will never go there. I don't go to places where the light is on and the light is off because that's dangerous. Except home, because I need to go to sleep.
Here in Orlando. That's like a country themed bar that if you're lucky enough when you go there, you could possibly see the former NXT tag champions in Kaden and Katana. More so Kaden.
Kaden and Katana. You know,
back when I was there with the EC.
The executive Chris. Fantastic. When you would go to a show with him, because it's funny, I was talking earlier and I was saying like he seemed like he's never excited about NXT, and I think NXT has a lot of great things. I'm not saying this is a perfect show, but I think there's a lot of great elements here. So when you go, you have a great time, correct?
I've always had a good time when I've gone. There were some matches that I wish I didn't have to see in person, but I've always had.
That's fine, and that's fine because even when I watch Raw, I don't think Raw is a terrible show. Like, you know,
I went to taping, and that was fun.
Oh, you went to a Raw taping?
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right. And please talk about your experience before we talk about the
where Riddle was trying to make Randy be like his friend, and before they teamed up seriously for RK Bro, where basically everybody in the arena was chanting for Randy to do the RKO on Riddle, and he did. And I chanted too because at that time Riddle annoyed the absolute crap out of me.
And you know, not for nothing, I do want to say
at that time you annoyed the hell out of me.
And I do want to say because Randy, he did 20. It was 20 years last year. He's still young enough to go. I hope that we get to see Randy back in the ring because Randy's a goat.
No, it just depends on the seriousness of the.
Right. No, you're absolutely right because you look at someone like Shawn Michaels. So I was always a Brett over Shawn guy, but Shawn retired the 4 years because of the back injury, and I mean, honestly, that 2002 to 2010 run was where I was like, oh, Shawn is. I see it. I get it. So I hope Randy comes back because Randy's great. Matter of fact, one of my favorite Randy matches is him against Mick Foley 2004. It was a hardcore match, and it just shows you how tough Randy was. It just shows you how tough Randy is. And please, also too in the chat, I mean, we're talking wrestling here. What's your favorite Randy Orton match? Let's talk wrestling here. But let's talk about.
I have two. I want to say.
Sure.
Him with John Cena in the I Quit match, and him and Edge during the Thunderdome era for a
was it the hardcore match or was it the best wrestling match ever?
I believe it was a hardcore match because it was WrestleMania 36.
That was WrestleMania. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah,
I get you. We talked about Hang. Kiana James against Lyra Valkyrie.
AKA the moment where Shay started crying on the ground because Kiana James unfortunately lost.
And you know what? I loved every moment of that because you know what? Kiana James is not a good person. I am good. I know all these things. No. Because you know what? You know,
that woman.
Root for the wrong people. I don't root for the wrong people because I don't know how to do that. All I know how to do is eat chicken breast and drink water and go to sleep. So when Kiana James took that L, I said, tremendous. You deserve that. And Lyra flying to the sky and continue. I don't expect her to win this tournament at all. But Kiana James, let me tell you something. Carry on.
You broke a poor man's heart so malicious.
I am not a fan.
On TV. It was like,
yes.
She kind of reminds me of like the Divas era with the girls being so evil to each other.
But I will say
the ones that would call Mickie James a pig at that time, which was a horrible idea.
I will sit here and say Kiana James is really good at what she does. I said this off air. I was sitting there saying she is someone who she understands her character, and the fact that I don't like her as not as a person. I'm pretty sure she's thank you. She gets it, she understands it, and she does a tremendous job at doing that. And good job on that. I thought she was my biggest pet peeve. If I can sit here and say this, I know it's not a big thing here. I wish they didn't change her theme. I really wish they didn't do that. I thought she had a really good theme before that, and then this theme is just
maybe they didn't have the rights to it and didn't want to pay for it anymore. So
sure, no, and that's fair, and that's fair. But for me personally, but.
Each man put a comment up saying, "Did y'all hear Booker telling us that she's single? Who's gonna want to go out with that woman after what she did to Jensen?"
Listen, no.
The woman might be pretty, but she's malicious and evil, and we don't need somebody who would focusing on trying to climb her way to the top, trying to buy his friend's bar, trying to break his friendship with them.
Listen, you know what? Not for nothing. Let me sit here and shoot a bad guy promo. Kiana James, I know you tried to reach out to me by turning off my lights because you have more money than me, but I am not interested. Kiana James, you can play the games elsewhere. I will continue to play Sorry because I have been dominant in Sorry and Monopoly because I am the board game king. I don't have the crown right now because I can't find it.
I just want to say one thing. Her gear tonight, immediately what came to my mind was Harry Potter because they gave her the green snake print. And I was like, oh my God, they turned her into a Slytherin there.
Oh, so you are a fan of
cunning, being sly, like that kind of thing. They're known for being the quote unquote bad guys. So
I'm the bad guy.
Intentional touch.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, but you're not Slytherin bad.
Thank you.
You're like a Gryffindor. They're the strong.
I've never watched
it. So it's a compliment before you get up in my face and say anything.
I don't want her to sell my house. No, I'm not going to yell at you. I don't yell at my co-host. I just yell. But let's, we talked about Tony Stack with Gallus. So let's get into the main event. And real quick, before we go any further, thank you guys for watching Unpopular View, the NXT edition. And, it's I, the bad guy with the tremendous wrestling doll. This is honestly the Bad Dolls World Tour. Let's get that hashtag going. And I want to sit here and say thank you guys. I'm not even just me. Both of us want to say thank you guys for watching. Continue to like, love, and share. Unpopular Review doesn't just do wrestling. There's a link to the entertainment side. They did the conversation about, I believe it's the Ninja Turtles.
Yes, Ninja Turtles.
Thank you. They did a review on the Ninja Turtles. I think. Do you remember which one was it? Was it 2, 3?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze.
It's the 90s and the 90s movies, but they're reviewing movies. We also review current stuff from Gotham Knights. And also we did a review on Guardians of the Galaxy. If you guys if you didn't see the movie, don't watch it because there's spoiler talks in there. But if you guys did and you feel comfortable enough, please watch the review. And there's probably things we missed, and just have a conversation with us. And also too with wrestling, we do the Mike Knox show. He reviews everything. NXT.
Perfect Flex Radio for the intelligent wrestling fan.
Yes, that's why I'm always there, because I'm so smart.
Yes, you are.
I wrestled Einstein. I beat him with the single leg crab. I know you guys think I'm young, but I've lived a lifetime. I don't want to reveal my age.
You beat him with the jack attack. That's what I'm calling your finisher.
God damn, she's good. That's good. That's exactly what I beat him with. It was a single leg crab with a STF and a crossface and a sharpshooter. I had to finish with a sharpshooter because Bret Hart's my fave. But let's talk about this main event. We had Trick Williams against Bron Breakker. I know we didn't talk about the segment with him and
Carmelo in the barbershop.
Yes, and those segments are always so great. Those are so great. They get it. They understand what that segment needs to be. I thought Trick looked so great in this. Shout out to Trick Williams. Look, Bron is great. I know I crapped on him earlier. I crapped on him earlier because why is he in Evolution?
Again, I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, so I'm not going to try to answer that question.
I'm sorry. I'm in a yelling mood, folks. I'll stop yelling. Not really. But Bron Breakker gave a lot to Trick Williams. I do want to sit here and give that to him. He really made sure Williams looked good. He came out in all black. I remember even telling Cap, I said, oh, he's a heel because he's wearing all black.
Yeah, he used to have the bright, colorful 80s style singlets. Now he's going for the all black with it literally saying meaner than evil in the back.
Matter of fact, one of my notes was, I don't need anyone in the chat coming from me. But Bron Breakker, he said, on his tights, it has Breakker, right? And then on his, you're a heel, right? When you have texture on your ass. And it said, meaner than evil. I saw that. And you might say, why was you looking at his ass? Because it was there. My character in 2K was going to have Jack on my ass. But you can understand why I didn't put that. But Trick looked good, and I'm glad that
he held his own like I said he would. I did say, and I did believe that he could potentially beat him. But Bron was going to do something to ensure that win. I called it. And somebody in the chat said that everybody was chanting for him to whoop that Trick. I will be honest. There was something else that was done at a show before ages ago that I thought was going to be said again.
I do want to put something real quick about, because we're talking about Bron.
That is on Trick Williams' Instagram. Just so y'all know, that's where I found this.
We're talking about Bron. Can I say something about Bron real quick?
No, go ahead. Go. I don't want that coming.
I didn't want to put because we don't want this to be copyrighted, but I credit Jeffrey. Once again, congratulations to Jeffrey. If you guys didn't hear us say that earlier, but he was the one who broke me some time ago.
He broke you last week.
No, like 2 weeks ago, and I'm still alive.
I broke you last week, apparently, and you broke me this week like three, 4 times. So we're even now.
I hate him. No, just why'd you do that?
Can we please not start that again? I don't want you breaking again about that for 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna break. But I do appreciate that Bron gave him an opportunity to look like he was a threat, and I really do feel like Trick is someone who's going to be a star. I feel like he's a breakout. I feel like he has all the tools. I feel like with the wrestling, there's still things that he could still put together. But him being charismatic, when he said he has the gift of gab, he's not lying. Not for nothing. Last week,
prove that Sure.
Absolutely. So good on him. I mean, I one of the things I do want to say Bron beating him with the Steiner recliner. I for whatever reason I can't necessarily explain it. It's very hard for me to explain it, but him using the Steiner recliner to beat him, it's like it's fitting for me. I don't know why. Like the military press is a really dope finisher. It's great. I mean, he used that move to cheat on me on 2K. You can follow me on Twitter. I mean, well, Twitter too, but Twitch. But the Steiner recliner is just such a good finish for him. And you know, after he beat Trick, he tried to choke him out some more. William Mello came out. He tried to help him. Mello, he gets some offense in there, and when he tries to do the crossbody, he gets speared. I mean, shout out to Bron, because Bron is. I remember watching wrestling years ago, and it was like John Cena had all the right in the world to turn on the fans, and he didn't. Shout out to John Cena. He never did. Never give up, right? And I see people laughing. I think you guys like that. Yeah, like that? All right, cool. Yeah, maybe that's going to be a new thing for NXT. But Braun turning, he had all the right in the world. Even that interview when he had with I'm sorry, I can't think of her name, but she's married to Vic.
Mackenzie?
Thank you. And I said, go ahead, Vic. Make your move. And he didn't. He sat there because he planted his ass. But that was NXT, folks. And I feel like we hit all the pictures that we could. And I want to sit here and say real quick. Boom, we did that. Okay, cool. We did all the pictures. I'm sorry. I just wanted to be sure. We see the guys. We see you guys in the chat. Roddy's segment. Forgettable. True. Vic being disappointed as you. I'm sorry. That makes me hot. But hey, guys, real quick. I just want to say real quick. This is Unpopular Review. We're gonna end the show. We went an hour and 17 minutes. We want to say thank you guys for watching Unpopular Review. I'm the bad guy. She's the Wrestling Doll. Wrestling Doll, you have your own little thing going. So please, why don't you plug it? Because there's a link.
Well, I have my very own YouTube channel, The Unofficial Camera Woman. Right now, we're 4 subscribers away from 800.
Ooh.
So now I have just the goal of 204 subscribers to reach that 1,000. So I'm working hard. I'm going to shows. I'm filming it. I'm putting it up for the world to see, for these wrestlers to put on their social media so people can see what they do. And who knows, maybe I'll be not so much super part of the action, but still part of it. So you might have to wait and see.
Listen, folks, there's a link in this description. Click it. Like her page. Yes. And I want to do a plug real quick here. We have a podcast. Me and the captain, we talk about it's called the Big Pop Theory Podcast. There's a link there. We talk about all things wrestling. Recently, we talked about the Backlash.
Can I say one thing about Backlash? What is this white privilege for the main event of the night being Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar? Why did it have to be 2 white guys main eventing and not having 2 Puerto Ricans main eventing? I mean, come on. That Damian Priest and Bad Bunny match was everything. And with Carlito and Savio Vega coming out and Rey Mysterio coming out and Legado del Fantasma or the Latino World Order and the Judgment Day coming out. What the hell was all of that? Why is this white privilege thing happening in Puerto Rico? I don't care if it's part of the United States. It should have been 2 Puerto Ricans main eventing WrestleMania, not Cody and Brock. That's why I have to say.
You know what, H-Man?
Y'all were lucky I had to work Sunday morning. Otherwise, I would have been on the review show for WrestleMania Backlash because I had a lot to say.
You know what? That's interesting because you know what? I was at a bar watching Backlash. I just came from Jersey. Listen, real quick, I'll bore you guys. I love professional wrestling because of a guy named called Bret Hart, and he was in Jersey, and I stood 3 hours online just to see Bret Hart. And it was I was ready to quit, honestly, but because I see you clapping and thank you. But I got to meet this guy. It was great. I didn't get a chance to say thank you as much as I could because I love this thing called wrestling. It's subjective. I understand it. Your opinions are not going to match with mine. I get it, and that's fine. But I love it because of this guy who wore pink and was such a main thing in my life. And I wish I had the opportunity to just say more thank you for introducing me to wrestling. And later that night, I went to a bar to watch Backlash, and it was a great show. It was a fun show, but I agree with what you're saying. That should have been the main event. I don't think they realized how good that match was going to be. Because even after that match, I don't think any other match. There was 2 more matches after that, and they didn't.
It was the 6-man tag and Cody versus Brock.
Right. I see Jeffrey said, "Great picture, Jack." I saw. Yeah, it was the greatest thing in the world. I wish I got the chance to talk more with him. I didn't. But I am so grateful for this man, and I will always be a Bret Hart guy. Listen, Shawn Michaels, if Shawn Michaels is your fave, I will make jokes, but I understand it. But Bret was my guy. And I will always sit here and be like, that's my guy. But I want to sit here and say thank you guys for watching Unpopular Review. Thank you guys for staying up so late with us. It's pretty late. Listen, we'll do some plugs. We're not going to do pictures. You can watch Mike Knox, the Perfect Plex show on Monday. Go ahead. You want to take it? Go ahead.
Okay. So every Monday at 6, you can watch Perfect Plex Talk Radio with Mike Knox for the intelligent wrestling fan. So be on the lookout for that. Who knows? Maybe if I'm able to not work nights on there, I might possibly be able to join Mike Knox for an episode because he keeps sending me invites on Facebook. And on Tuesdays, we have NXT review shows with mainly the bad guy himself and Shay, or myself if I'm able to be on, or if he's able to join, or whoever is able to join on Tuesdays. You can come and have a ball. And what else do we got, bad guy?
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
What is happening here, H-Man? How dare you? Is not a Bret guy. What you just did is increase my blood pressure, and I know you did it on purpose. H-Man, what is this heel turn? What is happening?
Well, you do call him H. You do call him H-Man. Now he's trying to turn it into heel man.
H-Man, what is happening? I thought you was part of the Jackpack community, but I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to turn baby on me, and I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. What is happening? What is happening? I don't want to talk anymore. My deodorant dropped. Oh, you can't hear me. But what else is happening here is on Wednesdays. You listen, if you guys like
AEW.
No, H-Man wanted to make me mad. H-Man, expect a voice note from me because what the hell? But yes, you can catch on Wednesdays. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the picture, but AEW, you can catch Z the Silent, and I believe it's the executive consultant. If you guys like All Elite Dynamite, they are on right after Dynamite go off the air. Please tune in to that. Also on Wednesdays, if you guys like entertainment, we review Gotham Knights, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It depends. We haven't figured it out yet. But continue to follow us on all social media platforms so you know. I'm sorry, it's hiccups. I'm sorry, guys, hiccups. But continue to follow us on all social media platforms. And also, too, we're going to have a top 5 this Thursday. I don't know the exact topic. I think it's not Backlash. I forget what it was. But it's going to be a top 5. So please tune into that. And continue to just follow Unpopular Review. And I just want to say, guys, thank you for watching us. Thank you for being staying up with us so late. And I just want to say to you guys, I just want you guys to have fun when we do this review shows. My whole purpose on this is just for you guys to have fun. And you guys are awesome. You guys are great. And once again, guys, let's give this shout out to Jeffrey because this man graduated today. And that is such an amazing thing. Continue to grow, Jeffrey. Continue to grow everyone in the chat. And we sit here and say good night. So, Wrestling Doll, why don't we say H-Man? You guys are just... Why don't you say good night to these folks so I can find the outro?
Well, thank you all for joining and staying with us for basically about an hour and a half of fun entertainment, talking about wrestling, and me being the one to break this time on camera like 20 times tonight. But
H-Man did it! H-Man, why did you do this? H-Man, me and you, WrestleMania 40. Me and you, Morgan Freeman as the referee. Let's go. Because I know you don't stand a chance against me. How dare you turn on your mentor? I did everything I possibly can to elevate you, and you spat in my face. And let me tell you something. I don't like spit because it's gross. Me and you, H-Man. Jeffrey, kick him out of the Jack Pack community. You are out of the Jack Pack community, H-Man. How dare you? Wrestling don't take the floor.
I think we should go for the night.
We are gone. Thank you, guys. Good night. H-Man! How dare you? I did everything I can to bring you up, and you turned your back on me. Jetpack community against the H-Man. WrestleMania 40. Hey guys, thank you for watching Unpopular Review. Have a good night.